All right, hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. In today's video, I want to talk about what is the next sector, what is the next company, set of companies that could potentially double, triple in the upcoming years. Right, but before we do that, before we jump into today's video, quickly like this video, smash the like button, destroy that like button. If you've not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Okay, so this video actually comes from an inspiration from the tweet from Jason Calacanis. I was reading this tweet in the airport yesterday, and basically he's asking the public, what are the tech stocks that could potentially double in the next 18 months, right? So that's about a year and a half. And I took a look at his thread, and I actually found a couple of good companies like Affirm. There's someone mentioning Coinbase, someone mentioning Airbnb, Netflix. But then I sort of saw someone actually mentioning CRISPR Therapeutics, Beam, and TLA. And I actually think CRISPR companies may potentially double or even triple in that time frame, right? Because let's think things in perspective here. 18 months, that's about 1 year and a half, like I said. And from 1 year and a half today, we will be about late 2023 or basically at the year of 2024. And we also know that by then we will have a lot more data for a couple of programs that are ongoing, including data from potentially Beam Therapeutics, assuming they don't delay like Graphite Bio did with their phase 1 trial for data, but also excluding that company, Beam Therapeutics, obviously working with base editors. You have ongoing companies with ongoing programs such as CBO10 from Caribou. You have, of course, all these programs from CRISPR Therapeutics, whether that's CTX001, CTX110, and so on. You also have their program with Viasci with type 1 diabetes that we're sort of expecting to have data in the upcoming weeks, actually. I actually would think that you would get this data by now, right? I believe the first patient was dosed late January of this year. So that's about 4 months. I thought from what I researched that data for diabetes programs are quick to gather, right? But anyways, we haven't gotten any PR there, not from what I'm aware of. But I digress. Going back there in my topic here, NTLA will also publish more data. Actually, they'll probably go, of course, data with NTLA 6001 or 5001. Which is not 2001. We already have the data for 15 patients there, but we're getting, of course, additional data for that. But there are other programs that they're working on, right? They also have some ex vivo in their pipeline as well. Same thing with CRISPR Therapeutics, right? They have some in vivo in their pipeline, right? So a little bit of an interesting dual mix here, but I truly believe those companies, all the companies I just mentioned, all these companies except Graphite Bio, obviously, will potentially double or triple in the next a year and a half, right? Again, year and a half, people often underestimate those times of time frame. They're looking at the next like 4 to 6 weeks, right? That's what traders do. That's what institutions do, because for obvious reasons, institutions, right, they need to basically publish their data in a PDF format every single month, right? At the end of the month or at some point in the month, they have to say how they performed the previous month, right? Month over month, right? Or quarter over quarter, The best, scenario for those institutions is hope for a best quarter, right? But they have to publish data on a monthly basis. I mean, you have those guys being paid to literally do that, right? And as you and me, retail investors that are obviously, most of us are doing other type of jobs, day jobs, and you're doing this as I wouldn't say as a hobby, but as a long-term financial plan, then you're not really concerned about month-to-month action. But if I was to tell you to hold it for a year and a half or 2 years, again, not financial advice, we don't provide financial advice in this channel, but as an educational purpose, the education exercise there, if you hold those companies that I just mentioned for a year and a half or even 2 years, then you can potentially double, triple, quadruple those stock prices, where you can actually be really, really set financially. I mean, just think about it, excluding the topic of inflation, which is obviously another topic, another problem, another social problem that I won't tackle in this video. I mean, if you had started with a lump sum of money right now, and I told you that you could potentially triple, quadruple your money in the next less than 2 years, then who wouldn't take that risk, right? It's just an amazing opportunity. I think the markets have been beat down. You're starting to see fair values from these companies. That's when you see things picking up. I mean, we had some green actions the last 2 days, I believe. Don't get your highs hopes up. It's maybe a dead cat bounce. I think that's how it's called. But we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you guys appreciate this video. I want to make this quick video, again, inspired by Jason Calacanis tweet there, and he actually mentioned CRISPR in his YouTube channel in the past. I don't think I ever made a video on this, but he was going in Mali, and that's their daily channel, Monday to Friday, talking about tech stocks and so on. Again, if you guys don't know Jason Calacanis, he's basically a VC and investor, invested in Uber, for example, in the early days. And he's part of the All In podcast, bunch of billionaires talking about a bunch of stuff, right? But Jason actually, his tweet from yesterday when I read it in the airport sort of got me thinking, making this type of video, because it's an amazing type of exercise there to sort of get our brains juicing, right? But again, as a warning, if last year you had asked me the same question a year and a half ago, I would probably have mentioned those same companies, and today we would definitely not be up 2 to 3 up at that time, right? It would probably be the reverse, actually. So again, it is a risk to invest. You have to build your own conviction. You have to do your research, guys. That's what we try to tell you guys on a daily basis. So we'll end this video like this. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe if you found value. Having a beautiful day here in Lisbon. Hopefully you are as well, wherever you are in the continents around the world. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.